already works, so you can play. Batrep.
Alright, turn 3 for Dan's orcs, my orcs, and my other Jet does come in, and so I fly at an angle to have a nice, good angle on those mega knobs. The Ludwagons refuse to press that, and Andy's camera arm is getting tired. But bear with him. The Blitz bomber flies over and decides he'll drop his remaining bomb on the boys, see what damage they can do. They're all clumped up. So I do manage to just get a normal attack. I almost kind of wanted to crash, but I did not. Because that would have been an awesome big, explosion on top of them. So I fly off the board, finishing my movement, and the bomb didn't do anything. It scattered right off. So the one bomber, turns 90 degrees and flies right over all the boys. Next one flies on top, shooting at another angle. Awesome, strafing runs doing here. It's pretty. It was pretty awesome to look. Actually, on the board it just had a sweet, awesome appeal. I want more flyers even, but we'll have to see. So the boys unload, and again, terrible habit of just scrunching around the truck. I can't. It's hard to remember that you can disembark now 6 inches forward. So I could have been within 1 inch. But let's see anyway. So the Ludwagon then shoot, or they move around. The one I forgot, I was going to try to move the Necron cannon one, but it was immobilized. So I moved them back into place. Don't worry, I don't cheat too often. Or at least I realize when I'm cheating. And so I cheat unknowingly, if that makes any sense. Anyways, making morale checks. I do believe, no, this is difficult terrain checks. Oh no, that was morale. My boys didn't come back, and they ran back even further. And now it's for the Death Roller's revenge. The big mech on top is like, we have to. So I only get 1 hit, but it only has 1 hull point left. So I get a glancing or a penetrating hit, and he's automatically dead. I go a 5, because it was armor 14, so I needed a 4 or 5. I did get a 5, he's open topped, so on the penetrating chart, +1, he explodes, and he is full of boys. He hasn't dropped his payload yet. And so, although this big plane is getting in the way, and we do measure, we clip 2 boys from the one squad, and the boys in the crater on the other squad, of course, get hit, and then everyone inside gets hit. And so it's all 5 as a wound. So these are all the boys inside. I do 4 wounds, but he manages to save 3. I only do kill one boy from that, and so he survived actually very well that explosion. So all the boys pile out into that crater, and then my death roll actually continues, and so I tank shock the boys inside that just piled out. I think that's correct, although we didn't do it against me. Well, we'll see. You guys can comment. I do believe that's how it works though. And then my guy just barely fits in, snug up against the base of my flyer. Continue on, hurting my own boys. And my poor squad in that crater just takes more and more and more hits, and they're down to only 2 boys now. And they were pinned this turn. They couldn't even move, otherwise they moved out of the range, maybe, of death. Alas, it is not to be, and I lose 1 boy from the assaulting squad as well, which we'll see was actually going to turn out to be super important. Difficult terrain roll on the squad with the weird boy and all the boys, but I decide actually not to go into the bile with my weird boy, just to get that extra warp power, just because otherwise it'd be negated. And it's so fun to roll for a weird boy. Why would you not do that? So again, another squad of boys emptying out the truck. I think that's my last one. And again, I keep on forgetting I can move up a lot further. I don't need to stay back so much. I could have deployed just an inch away from him and then guaranteed to get my charge. So my weird boy goes for a power. He does make it. I roll a 2, which is a frazzle. I'm not going to make that a shooting attack. Instead, I get the reroll, and I get a deep strike. Woo! So I can go right in the most riskiest place possible, just because that's what I always do with my weird boy, and I always fail. So let's see. Oh no. I deep strike off the board, which means it's a mishap, although it is harder to kill yourself in a mishap now. It's only on a roll of a 1. But he does, well, I do roll a 4, so Andy gets to place me, and he places me in the most beneficial place for him, which is the corner of the board where nothing is. But to make up for it, so since my weird boy couldn't do it, I thought I would. And let's follow up by some shooting. So first boom gun, there's just so many boys packed in this nice little crater. I have to take advantage of it. Although my boom gun scatters so far, it actually scrapes the end of my truck, which again is full strength on any part of the template. So I actually get the +1, which means it's a weapon destroyed and I lose a hull point. So I have 2 hull points left on that truck and no weapon. Continue on next boom gun. Shooting, it's immobilized, but it can still shoot. It does scatter, not quite as much. It actually just misses my boys in the crater, but manages to hit a good number of his, and he doesn't make any of his cover saves, and so a big chunk of boys go off. And again, it's because it's not barrage, you just it's closest first. And so it's a bit hard to tell with these flyers in the way. They're too big and bulky and awesome, but it has about 4 wounds left for Lookout Sir. And so he keeps on rolling, again 4+, the knob won't get a wound and he'll pass it on. And I think he fails 1 of them, puts a wound on the knob, and then the last one more wound I think. And he does pass it on to another boy. But then there's another boom gun. Yay for 3, and he gets a direct hit, which hits all of them except 1, I do believe. And I get all the wounds go through, and on a 5+ save, he only makes 2 of them. And so, on the boys, he tries to look out, sir, but it does not work, and so the knob dies up front, and then the rest just die, and so there's only, I think there's only 2 left, so I must have hit all of them in the blast. Then, my DAC jets shoot again, and because of the Waaagh, they can shoot, again, a full 18 shots at Ballistic Skill 3, because they're doing a strafing run, and do lots and lots and lots, and so he has, I think, 4 wounds dealt to him, and so it's... Because of different toughnesses and stuff, he rolled 2+ save for everybody, just because there's so many wounds on Gaskell and then the Mega Knob, they wouldn't be able to go through all of them, and then it's 2+ to transfer it, because Gaskell is an independent character. And so he transfers 1 to 1 Mega Knob, transfers another wound to another Mega Knob, and transfers the last wound, there's only 3 wounds, sorry, last wound to the Weird Boy. And so wound allocation works a lot better with, Lookout Sir wound allocation works a lot better with the independent character up front. So it's kind of more risky, but at the same time, more guaranteed to spread out the wounds the way you want. And my other DAC jet fired like crazy and destroyed that Squigoth, and the boys pile out. And the last DAC jet shoots into this squad of boys. And so again, taking off the front, we burrow all the way through to the knob. Can't hide him from me. And yeah, he starts to look out, sirs, but he actually fails 2 in a row. And so the knob dies, and then the remaining couple boys die. And so there's a few left. I think there's only 4 left, or maybe 5 or 6. Anyways, a lot less than what he started with. The DAC jets can do so much pain. And so continuing just to shoot with the big shooters, pistols, anything I can to weaken up the boy squad as much as I can, because although I do have a lot of boys left, well, I have an okay amount of boys left, but they are all truck boy squads, and he has the bigger squad, so I need to really weaken him up with shooting before I charge in to guarantee that I can wipe him out without taking too much losses myself, especially with those pesky challenges. So again, big shooters shooting all, and then pistols from all the trucks and boys that are going to be charging in, and I only actually managed to kill like 1 or 2 more. So on the 4 boys there, I run, but I got fleet, so I can reroll that run move and double my run move. I get 2 inches instead of 1. Very effective. Not actually. But the fallen back boys snap fire, and they shoot at and they cause 1 wound against the Mega Knobs, but 2+ armor, he does make it without too much fuss. And then my guys actually his guys are now taking morale checks after the shooting phase, and they both make it. So they're there. So the first squad of boys managed to charge in, or declares a charge, so they snap fire. Only 1 hit, but it fails the wound. And so that was my charge distance. You roll 3, take the 2 lowest, but I re-rolled because I have fleet this turn because of the Waaagh. And so I did manage to get the 6 inches, and I did get in with most of my boys. After the pile-in moves, we should be able to go. And then to declare a charge with my truck boys over on that side, trying to wipe those boys off of that little hill there, and off the carcass of that Squigoth. You can just clear it out fully. Want the meat for my own? I don't know. And they do manage to kill, I think, 1 or 2 boys with the, oh no, that was a charge range, so I can re-roll that as well. And although they would have been up further, we're just assuming they're all in. It would be too hard to bounce it on the hill, so we're just putting at the base and assuming that they're all in base to base. So I charge through terrain, so I'm initiative 1. The defending boys attack back and actually roll quite well, and they cause 4 wounds, which I'd save none of them. And so my squad is actually down, and because I shot so many, I was pretty sure I would not have to charge in with the other squad. And so I'm starting to worry a little bit, but I should be good. So I attack with the rest of my boys, a little below average, but then I fail to wound with all of them. I got all my power call left, and I failed that one too. The frustration, but it's okay. So I fail leadership fail combat by 4. I roll for leadership. I need a 3. Fail boss pull. Fail again, and he actually catches me, even though I have higher initiative. I have a knob, and he doesn't. And he's very happy. The 4 boys killed like 6 with a knob. But then I have my other squad to redeem the orc name of whatever my Waaagh is called. It has no name. So they cause 4 wounds as well on their defensive strikes. And then his knob goes, because I'm all initiative 1, but he fails the wound with both his attacks, so it's looking good for me. I attack with all of my boys, hit a bunch. I think that's all of those wounds, so all the guys die, and then there's just the knob left. So my knob attacks, causes a wound, and if it would hit the knob, it would instant kill him, but he rolls a lookout, sir, gets it, and kills a boy instead, so that was good. So, long turn 3, or long start of turn 3, so like at the bottom of turn 3, so click below for Andy's turn 3.